When it comes to livestock ventilation, how many fans do you need? Hi, I'm Greg with Farm Energy Answers. Designing ventilation for livestock enclosures is critical to ensuring the health and productivity of your animals. But it is not as simple as turning on some fans. Each type of animal has a different capacity for generating gas, dust, heat, and moisture. So the type of animal needs to be taken into account. And consider that not only does the temperature change, but as animals grow, the amount of heat, dust, and gases also grows. Accommodating the changes in season, weather conditions, time of day, and the animal's growth cycle can be a challenge. But adjusting for these will save you money in energy costs. What do I mean? Consider this. This is a table of ventilation rates for pigs recommended by the Midwest Plan Service. The cold weather rate is essentially the minimum when you don't need a breeze for comfort, but you do need to remove dust, gases, and pathogens. Note how the CFM, or cubic feet per minute, increases as the pigs grow. It would be a waste of energy to use the amount required for finishing pigs while they're small, and it would be a waste to ventilate at the hot weather rate when it is cool. Let's take a look at the range of airflow rates you would need if you have 100 pigs that you are growing from 60 pounds to 220 pounds. Assuming a climate that has both cold and warm weather, the lowest amount of cubic feet per minute of airflow needed would be about 300 CFM, and at the high end, 12,000 CFM. So, to provide flexibility, many fans are installed and turned on as needed. Having an adequate number of ventilation stages is key to animal health and to keeping ventilation energy costs low. You'll need to work with your builder to choose the right fans and number of stages needed for your situation. Fan performance data is key. Use objective data from testing facilities like this one at the University of Illinois. You'll find results on their website for most commercially available fans.
We're at the BESS lab at the University of Illinois, and we're in the fan testing business here. Behind me we have one fan on our chamber. Primarily the main focus here is we're looking at two parameters, and that is airflow, which is measured in cubic feet per minute or CFM, and then also ventilation efficiency ratio, which is CFM per watt. You can kind of think of the CFM per watt as analogous to the miles per gallon on your car. So it's how far do you get, or how much air do you get for 1 unit of energy that's going in.
And like a car, the cost of purchasing a fan isn't the only cost involved.
Consider your costs on the whole life of the fan. One that is a higher CFM per watt may cost a little more up front, but in 1 or 2 seasons you may have enough electricity savings to actually make up that difference in cost of the fan, and then for the rest of the lifetime you could actually come out ahead by having the more expensive fan and just saving on electricity.
Taking into account the CFM per watt will save you energy dollars, but to keep those costs down, it's important to keep those fans clean.
The shutters are particularly important to keep clean because the weight of the dust makes the fan work harder opening the shutters, which in turn means your fan will operate longer and use more electricity to move the needed air.
Studies have shown flow efficiency losses of 10 to 30%, depending on the level of dirt. So this swine operation makes fan cleaning a regular thing.
Part of our process of cleaning a facility before new pigs come in is to make sure the exterior pit fans and our tunnel fans are all clean as well.
Other maintenance includes replacing the drive belts once they start to look narrow, and listening for bearings that may need to be greased. If you have a control panel, the amps each fan is pulling will tell you if they need attention.
Each blue square is a different end tunnel fan. Okay, that 3.4A is that fan is pulling 3.4 amps. If we have one that's running 12.6 for some reason, or some high number, we know, hey, we need to look at it.
In summary, let's list the main points that were covered. Facility designers will use a bank of fans so that they can be turned on as needed to accommodate changing weather and animal growth. Ventilation recommendations for livestock can be found at organizations like the Midwest Plan Service. Using third-party objective data about fan performance will ensure you're comparing apples to apples. Fans with a greater CFM per watt will use less energy. And keeping fans clean will keep them using energy efficiently.